My name is Tshepo. I'm coaching JVW under 15 GDL. What drives me is my passion for development. Ever since I started my journey, I've always been in love with development, developing players to fit in different teams across the country and also to fit in the national team, as we have different systems that they have to adapt to. That's our job, mainly in development, to make sure they are prepared for that role mainly. Bring it back! Let's start it again! Restart! Have patience on the ball there, Zoe! It's important to find and develop girls early for me, because that's the stage. Actually, every development phase, whether it's on the male side or the female side, it all has a tree, and the tree starts from the bottom. From the bottom, that's where we need to nurture our talent. That's where we need to give them as much as possible so that they are equipped, and at least at 15, 16 years of age, 14 even, they're able to compete in higher leagues even. And they're all able to compete against bigger and better players. I spot potential in a player that others may miss, mainly off the pitch. How a player carries themselves, not even off the pitch, but off the ball. Off the pitch and off the ball. Off the ball, talking about when their team is not in possession, how do they carry themselves? Are they communicating with their team well? Are they showing leadership skills off the pitch? How do they conduct their team? Are they playing the role of a captain? That's what we're looking for, and that's what I feel like I'm able to spot. The biggest lesson I teach that goes beyond the pitch is to always be humble. Always humble yourself off the ball. I always tell my players, always be brave on it, but humble yourself off it. Humble yourselves towards the opponents, respect your opponents, respect people, because the main thing of development is respecting those around you, because those around you help you grow into the individual you might find yourself to be in the future. How do I define success when it's not about scholar? Am I able to connect with those around me and grow with those around me? That's the main important thing I think I'd define success with. The people around me. Like life, it's a human experience. We all experience the same thing. So I feel like that in itself allows you to really enjoy life and really get the most out of life as much as possible. No, Chisco, yes. Now I'll shave. Definitely, yeah, and coach over here. To be connected with someone like Janine van Wyk, a huge honor, a legend of our country, and especially for the development of women's football. She has played a vital role. She has built this club. It has been running for quite some time, and it has been running in such a way that amongst the women's division rather, it's one of few that have under 9s, that have to under 11s, under 13s, 15s, which really means that she cares about development, and that's why I even opted for working for this brand, because of how they take care of the future, and that's where the focus should be. The biggest challenges that girls face, that boys' academies really don't deal with, I would say sponsorship. In our game, sponsorship is not as accessible as in the boys' academy structures, where you find that they might have a lot of sponsorships, which helps with traveling, which helps with costs that really may help the team. When it comes to girls, we really don't have much of that. Understandable from a sponsorship point of view, they are looking for a return on investment and they're looking to make sales. But however, if it were in women's football as much as it is in men's football, I believe there would be such a big difference, and especially in how all teams compete against each other and the standard of the league as a whole. I'd tell them not to expect resources ever, to always rely on themselves, to always rely on their skills, and always rely on those around them to help uplift themselves into a stage where they can uplift others, such as we are doing here at JVW, uplifting the younger girls so that they can see their dreams and fulfill their dreams of being professional football players and being better human beings in life. my first role as a coach is to expose them to as much as possible. So I wouldn't say I have a philosophy that would tell you that I love playing a 3-5-2 or a 4-4-2. However, I love putting girls in a position where they can adapt. They can adapt well, they can go to other teams and be able to adapt, whether they're playing in a 4-2-3 or they're playing in any other formation that's out there. It's all about helping them to adapt. So my philosophy as a whole is to just help girls adapt and develop into proper players who can play in any system and adapt in any system.
You are a CDM, right? So central defensive midfield. You are our warrior in defense, our first warrior. You go again. Don't get frustrated. Every time I see you, you are like this. You are walking like this. And a proper striker, really.
Fun fact, this is my first year. I'm actually new on the role. Prior to this, I was actually coaching Sasol, helping with the Sasol team. So with that being said, I wouldn't say I've produced players from scratch. However, we have had a hand in exciting players that have come out of our first team at JVW. The likes of Gugu Mtambo I've worked with, I can be proud of because I could see the potential, and they promoted her early. Last year I had the privilege of working with TK, Bunolo Mukoma, who's in the national team. I had the pleasure of working with these players even in the engine tournaments. That's where I had the pleasure of working with them and imparting my wisdom and knowledge on the game. All right, guys, but nonetheless, be proud of it. Let's go JVW on 3 Blue Diamonds, and then we go home happy. Some of us, let's stay in support. Watch your sisters. Watch where you're going to be and watch where you're going to compete. Ne? Please. Let's go. JVW on 3. Let's go. Everyone in. It's fine. Let's go. JVW on 3. JVW on 3. 1, 2, 3.
JVW!
Shh. Blue Diamonds! Let's go. Well done.